I'm making money on garbage. Straight from scrap to preparation to firewood stand. Am I crazy or is that gonna work? I finally bite the bullet. It's all scrap wood. It's all free to me. And welcome back, Fire Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. And today we're making non-premium cedar kindling. Let's get it. So I got a load of cedar chunks this past weekend, holiday weekend. My cedar guy is done for the season, so this is the last load. He was wanting to dump it, piece out, which is totally fine. I was not able to get to processing during the holiday weekend, which is fine because I was with my family. But I've been chewing along the chunks. I got several chunks, and then taking the really small pieces like this one's here, you know, and putting them in the garbage can. And these will be for the small kindling firewood bags that are at 0.75, and we'll still those a bag. I'll show a picture of them now. And so it's a slow process because it's all scrap wood. It's all free to me. He brings it from his woodyard to my woodyard or to my yard and dumps it. He can't back it up very well, so he can't go down the hill. So I'm at the top of my driveway right now, which is fine, which is totally fine. But because there are different types of wood here, it takes longer to process. And so we had to have some scrap premium cedar kindling over there that all need to cut to size. We got these big chunks right here that need split up with the axe, you know. And then we got these big blocks over here that I had to cut down with the 400C, which you see over there. It's just a lot of sorting. So like this is going to go in the chunk pile. This small piece here will be going into the garbage can to be bagged. But then every single load I get from my cedar guy, every load I get these like 1.5 inch dimensional lumber, more or less. But they're live edge because they still have the bark on them. But everyone has this curve on it. This curve right here and curve right here. Every single piece is like that. I'll show you again. This one right here. Okay. Bell shape. Got a bell shape. And then there's some meat in the middle. But not all the time. Not all the time is this line here straight. Sometimes it's curvy. So sometimes I can take this up to my chop saw, put it up against the fence, chop it at mix 16, done and done. But this piece would be great because it's straight. But this piece right here, that's fairly straight with the bark, more or less. But let me find you one that's not. Okay, this one right here. Okay, there's no straight line here, and there's no straight line here. So what do you do? Well, I finally bite the bullet. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm not saying this is a good way. I'm not saying that this is a safe way. I'm not saying this is the best way. I'm saying this is what I'm doing here as an example. Don't do this, hurt yourself and say, oh, Travis told me to do it. No, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm saying this is one way. So I'm going to show you this and then I'll explain it and then we'll do some bundling. So because this stuff here, because he already had to, I think this makes some sort of plaque or like a thing on that you hang in the wall. But because he already did this and they're all said and done, this is already dry. It's pretty dry. So therefore, I can just like cut this to length at 16 and then have the chunk be for my bags. And this stuff here can be non-premium cedar kindling. So I'll get into that in a second. But so let me show you what I got going on here. So what do you think? Am I crazy, or is that gonna work? Granted, I mean, you could argue this, but I have a lot of experience with skill saws. This is my good one. I can't find my Harbor Freight one, so I'm using my good one. I'm not using my cordless because I don't want to beat that up. But I mean, this is definitely heavy. But I would say this is lighter, skill saw lighter than the 400C or a chainsaw. I would think this would be a little safer. So if you're not comfortable with a skill saw versus a chainsaw, that's cool. So just to recap, this is my piece. You know, this is a broken piece, but there's this bell at the end, okay? And I wanted to make this more in line with the rest of the piece of wood, right? Taking the skill saw, going down and cutting off that bell end, and then using my ramp stick, this piece of PEX pipe, being on the end, okay, eyeing it, putting it back, making a cut, and doing it again and again. So I have my pile, okay, pile down here. So then we have more or less straight pieces, and then we had the bell that was connecting to them, okay, right? So I have my tractor trailer all full of 16s and the cutoffs, okay? Sorry, I'm tired. That was that definitely a workout to hold up the saw. But I think having a block like this to lean up against too is better and not have to lean down too far. But so I'm calling this non-premium cedar kindling because I have two different types of cedar kindling in terms of it being a 16-inch. Stuff that is a premium, if it's not split from a round of firewood, it's going to be dimensional. It's going to be straight grain, no knots, no curve, straight, cut a 16, and it'll be a bag of that. Versus this stuff here, there's no bark on it, there's a knot right there, but it's curvy, it's wavy, okay? So this is going to be a non-premium cedar kindling bundle for $5. Now this stuff, like I said, is going to burn right now. It's good to go. I measured it this morning. We're fine. We're fine. So I've gotten firewood from my cedar guy for several years now, and every time he brings me these boards, stacks upon stacks of these boards with the bell on them, and I've done a few episodes on how I process these, but they're just so cumbersome, so tedious, so tiresome that I literally there's a pile down the hill of the same stuff, and now it's wet from being outside for the winter. And so now that I am just gonna bite the bullet and use this skill saw, I think not ideal, but it's the only thing I can think of to do that is better than being on a chop saw and have this fly off the fence in your face, hit your hand. You just don't want that. Okay, I think skill saw here is just a little bit safer. So we're gonna take the trailer that you just saw down the hill, and we're gonna make some firewood kindling bundles and some bags straight from scrap to preparation to firewood stand. Let's get it. All right, so we're down the hill a little ways from firewood stand, from where the pile is, and we're just gonna make some bundles. So there's my bundler. You also saw me make that before. I think this is gonna work out well. I should have done this earlier when I got these pieces in before. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Now I'm thinking a piece like this that's a little bit bigger, I may save for like a firewood bundle. I don't know. I mean, cedar is cedar. I don't know. What do you think? Your thoughts? Dog on the bundle, or should I say? I think this piece is a little bit bigger for firewood. I'll do that. This piece here is okay, but yeah, so this jig is 1 cubic foot. I measured. I did that piece here for firewood. Fill it up. It's been hard because this past winter I didn't get a lot of cedar in. Usually I get abundance of Douglas fir and cedar, and this past season I did not get a lot of cedar, so I'm low on my cedar kindling stock, which is a bummer. Cool. So 1 cubic foot bundle of cedar kindling. Not too bad. I think this is gonna work out great. I think this may have saved my cedar kindling for the season. You know, because I don't have a kiln and I can't fast track drying. I can't put it next to my wood stove right now because I'm not burning. I'm not burning currently, even though it was cold last night. I don't know. It's been a weird spring here. I'm not sure about where you are, but it's been a strange spring. So piece for further firewood, kindling. Yeah. So this is gonna be for the bag. I think selling kindling, I think is a no-brainer. I think I said this before. If you sell firewood and you get scrap slash, I think there's ways to go about it where you can sell kindling, maybe not cedar kindling, just like scrap pieces, and still feel good about it and have it be a moneymaker. I mean, like, again, this is all garbage. I'm making money on garbage. I'm not saying sell garbage firewood. I'm saying that you to take something and to turn around and make it into something that is marketable, something that you can make money off of it, and still be transparent with your customers and say, hey, this is this type of quality. And if people look at your firewood and say, oh, that's not for me, then no harm, no foul. Then no harm, no foul. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm excited. I think this is time well spent. Time well spent here. So I'll use these for my bags of firewood, because yes, I do include cedar in my bags of firewood, because I don't like to put only one type of firewood in my firewood bags and firewood bundles, because then I'm not depleting one species, I'm depleting several species at the same time. So right now I'm using 3 different species of firewood that is dry in my firewood bags and when I make my bundles. Let's make how we make a few bags of kindling. Let's do it. Okay, so these are my 0.75 cubic foot of my kindling bags. Got these from Northern Woodsman. I bought it a few years ago, I think now, and I just haven't gone through them. I have not found a product to put in them that made sense, that made it worth selling at the price point, selling these bags. Okay, so I use the same volume of bag for my premium cedar kindling, and that I sell for $10, and that's definitely worth the $1 worth of bag. Okay, versus these bags in this type of wood, I think that would be okay to sell them at $5 and be okay with that price point. I think that's okay. Yeah, so I think these are small enough for kindling. I don't know, people may complain, or people may not buy them. Who knows? So, but we will see. We will see, but I think they're small enough. Like cedar chunks. They're too small to go into my bins, my totes of cedar. So I think this should all work out. I'm just gonna find them. Find the pieces, put them in. I haven't found a good way to stuff these bags. If it's not a regular bag of firewood. If you have any ideas, let me know. Let me know how you stuff your bags. It's getting pretty full. Now I think because there's so much extra space in these, I think I may overfill it. Because I know that if you overfill the other bags, it's actually more than what you need, type thing. So I think I'm gonna overfill it, and then call it good, and feel okay about the volume and the type of wood. Okay, so I think that is, I'm gonna call that full. I right there. That's one bag. So I need to continue to search through here, but I think you understand the gist of what I'm doing here. Finding a way to cut those awkward boards and then go directly, because they're dry, going directly into packaging to sell at the firewood stand. So let's turn around, ferry this back up to the firewood stand, and then we'll sell it. All right, so we're at the back side of my firewood stand. Got one of the bundles that we just did. Gonna put it in here. I'm getting kind of full of the non-premium stuff, so hopefully I'll just stack it like that and call it. I think I'm gonna only put one more of the bundle though in here, and then I'll save the other bag. Yeah, here's the other bundle here. Put this in here, and hopefully people can understand. I have a sign here. It's handwritten. I have a sign here that's handwritten. Everything here is handwritten. I have my main logo sign on the front because that's where most of the action is and the higher priced firewood. Versus in the backside here, this should be the firewood bundles. This should here be for more mixed bags, and the last section here should be for a $20 rack of firewood. The $20 racks of firewood have been sold out for a while now. If I have more bags, I put them here in the backside, and then if I have bundles, I have them here in the backside as well. So the non-premium cedar kindling is all the way around the stand on this side, and it's here signage, but people still don't understand it. Anyway, so from scrap, dumped, to processed, and then bagged and bundled at the firewood stand, you can't get better than that. I mean, from being dumped to firewood stand to be sold, money in the bank. Money in the bank, rock and roll. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And remember to like and subscribe. And also remember, life is too short to be a prick, so be kind to another. Rock and roll. Stay safe. Keep cutting. Cheers. They're not. They're small. They're too small to go. Oh, they're too small. Let me put that for firewood. Firewood. This is thin enough. You okay? Yeah. So I'm calling this. Damn it. Where's my roll? Where are my bell pieces here? That's a wet one. That's wet.